Good day to you. Good day. Today I want to take up two parallel topics. How the digital setup stimulates drug addiction and other addictions. As a kid is more and more on the screen, it produces an addictive behavior because dopamine receptors shift from physiological dopamine 1 to addictive dopamine 2 after 25 minutes on the digital screen continually. So that has to be recognized. And then what dopamine says is do, keep doing the same thing. So there's a push from the last hour and the imagination is aroused for the same thrill. So you shift from empathic, executive, prefrontal cortex, conceptualization, initiation, navigation, successful in conclusion and reward goes off, reward motive goes off, and you get on to, that is top-down regulation. What you get on to is bottom-up regulation via the amygdala and hypothalamus and hippocampus into risk behavior. Both RISK risk and RISQUE risk, so that try and see experimental behavior shifts to gambling, different foodstuffs, substance abuse, pornography. All that becomes part of the dopamine driven behavior when dopamine keeps going up and dopamine receptors shift from dopamine 1 to dopamine 2. So digital surplus causes drug addictions in another way. Digital multitasking depletes dopamine in the brain. If you want a fuller description of all what I am saying, you need to purchase these books, especially if you are a professional. This is on winning the digital war for us and all little digital soldiers. Children are all become digital soldiers now because they are all the time on digital platforms. These books are available from Sarasavi and from Vijitayapa and from our own Brookside bookshop at 374 Leslie Ranagala Mawata, Colombo 8. Then this is Parenting Heart and Brain in a Digital Age, essential reading for any parent. Then this is Screen Smart, my latest, a quick review of digital, the digital issue vis-a-vis brain tracks, learning, character, curriculum and so on, Screen Smart. I also have the professional seminar I presented to the SLMA in 2019 July on the effect of the digital screen to produce hyperactivity, inattention and impulsivity. Then there are easier books. This is Mom and Dad and Mistake Management. You have to read with your child, whatever the age. And then this is Children, Our Heritage and Future. Read with the child. And this is Right Learning and Recovering Childhood. And the foreword is by the former head of the former Dean of the Colombo Medical Faculty, Professor Rohan Jayasekara, and the Warden of St. Thomas's College. They have supplied forewords and recommendations for recovering learning and recovering childhood. Right learning and recovering childhood. So I am getting on today to the digital basis of addictive behavior, impulsive behavior, risk-taking behavior, flight, fight, fright mode of operation, where kids have shifted to top-down regulation. Children have shifted from top-down regulation to bottom-up regulation. Bottom-up meaning whatever goes on in the environment, music, what they see, that gets in, that's what's feeding them. They are losing deep thought, which is the memory formation, intelligent formation tracks are not forming. They are doing the dyspathic, reactive, sudden risk behavior. So digital stimulation works on brain tracks to boost thrill in a way that even little children, they increasingly attempt things they cannot do. And their mindset is sci-fi, all that. That's where mind shifts to. So digital stimulation effect has 5 components. Time length, they are on the LDD screen. So for school studies, try to get a laptop or desktop without LED screen. Then the pixels per inch of the smartphone, the PPI, higher the PPI, greater the damage or the greater the stimulating effects on the brain tracts. Then rate of pixel change in cartoon frames, intensity and variability of sound and color, time exposure after 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. our melatonin begins to work, and so any amount of digital screen into the child's life after 6 p.m. will affect their learning patterns, eating patterns and sleeping patterns, and it will become a conundrum of repetitively child being on the thrill, sudden, impulsive, hyperactive mode. So if you increase the child's screen time, watching television or whatever, after 6 p.m. you will get a digital junkie soon who will be also experimenting with other addictions. That's the problem. So you have to negotiate with the child early that he can't retreat into his bedroom in the night with a digital gadget. You have to negotiate with him when he's 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have to be nice, dad, you have to be involved in it. You can't give mother the responsibility of all this. You have to interact with them and prevent them going that way. Having introduced to you the problem why the digital screen is so works on neurons and neurophysiology. Neurotoxicity is when neurons give up preferred mode unidirectional firing. Every neuron is committed to one pathway in function. What happens is you get non-preferred multidirectional firing that adds to the addictive behavior and the agitated behavior. That is stress-related behavior. Little fellows, they are stressed up, then their cortisol goes up, adrenaline levels goes up, insulin plays havoc. They get childhood obesity, they can also get childhood diabetes, and they get migraine, abdominal migraine, bowel cramps, all because of disturbed dopamine, serotonin behavior, and of course they can get classical migraines also, headaches all the time. That's very quickly, there's much more, that's why you need to buy the books. There's much more than this. Books are available from Saraswati Bookshop and Viditayapa Bookshop. Also, if you send a WhatsApp message to our WhatsApp number +94 77 49 59 214 also, you can get to know about the books and other material available. Then I want to shift to the subject that when they are on that modus operandi, they say to themselves, customer is king behavior comes up. And in this behavior, the haste makes waste, and they want to experiment things far too early. So they get into a modus, there are no permanent relationships, they only are interested in their own end. They get involved in sexual behavior far too early, and parties and make kids' world far too adult. So we have to create activity days that are good for kids at their relevant age. So we, in our Colombo Empathic Learning Center, we organize such activity days. You can be in touch with us. You can if you send the WhatsApp number, you can be on our mailing list. Most of this is free of charge, only the books will cost you something. But it's well worth it, parent. You have got used to therapists, but therapists can only suggest. You have to be the therapist for your child in lifestyle, character molding, curriculum molding, career molding, molding their choices. You have to be at it virtually 24/7. But I generally say after 7 p.m. Dad, when you come home, your career begins. The best career, the most important career begins at 7 p.m. Yes. So teach them relationships, not self-existence. If you are into self-existence and as you come home, you're in your own track with television or email or whatever it is, mom and dad, you lose your children early. You have to lead them early. What leads them at the age of 5, what leads them at the age of 10 will be the ones and things that lead them on at 14, and then it's a lifelong thing. What gave them leadership? Please give them leadership. Be the good shepherd at home. You be the shepherd. We are designed, children are designed, humans are designed to listen to a good shepherd and to hear his voice and walk with him, walk after him. Sheep are like that. We are not goats who do our own thing. So don't get your children to have to do their own thing. They have to make their own fun. They have to make their own entertainment. Then very soon, peers and the digital screen, no good things will begin to lead them. So you have to be involved. Keep time to do things together with your kids. Even going to gym, we have a thing called Den and Dare. It's on all ropes. I call it grip and ropes thrill sports because it's all grips and ropes. From time to time I publish things on my timeline. They are on YouTube. If you do Den and Dare, you will find some clips like that. It's all available where dad does his gym thing with his kids at least once a week. Even twice a week could be a good thing. Then two, they demand perfection and they are insisting on their way. They get very mechanized because of the digital screen. They get very wired up doing one thing all the time. That's not the way a child should grow. Child's world should be vivacious, a little more broad, vivacious, little more broad, and the child must have enough empathic activity, not just screen-based activity. Otherwise the child becomes, you have to supply his demand, they become very demanding because you put them on that mode. So give them projects at home, allow them to take responsibility. So in our Colombo Empathic Learning Center we do kids bakery, kids cookery, kids kitchen. Other than empathic motor therapy with grips and ropes, like a challenge course, we do these things also. Thirdly, they give zero tolerance to mediocrity. They want to be excellent, they want to be perfect in different things, which is not good. They have a drivenness about their life, which is not a good thing. So they need to get back to being, they need to get back to fellowship, friendship with parents, yes. Otherwise they become zero tolerant, very critical. Teach them the worldview of a second chance. And then in your mistake management, Dad, you must sit with your child and make mistake management redemptive, like the Good Shepherd. That's the principle of the cross. The errors he absorbed. So Dad, you absorb the errors and absolve the child. Otherwise the child becomes very critical. And when if your voice is condemnation, retribution, then he does it double or treble more than you do. So please sit alongside when you are doing mistake management, sit alongside. It's okay to have a hot seat, but don't make it hot for his head. Let them understand that there is forgiveness, there is recovery, there is restoration. So model forgiveness for them. Speak to them, you can do well, rather than point the finger and put strictures on them. They will return strictures to you. That's the digital generation. Fourthly, don't put them into a mentality of perform or perish, swim or sink. Make it easy for them. How you communicate to them, the 5 love languages need to address their spirit. They are not only brain, they are personalities, they are personhoods, not only brain. They begin with the spirit, conscience is the umpire, heart is the ambition, passion, affection generating center. So heart and conscience balancing together with the basis of child is a spiritual being. Otherwise child will feed himself with fantasies, imaginations, projects that are too big for their age. All the time they are looking at battles and then digital games that are killing. They become adults too fast. Why should they lose their childhood, isn't it? So that you have to provide them that balance of excellence is a good thing, but not driven to it. Let them pick it up In each child, the potential differs. So some children may look bright from age 8, 10, some may get brighter at 14, 16, and also you have to be, you have to understand they have a God scope, a thing that has got design into them, how they will do best. Every child is unique, so it's not a rote, it's not the same thing that will happen to each child. They will perform well according to the design that is in them. So attend on every child. We say, our slogan is, every child is a star in this field or that field. Then fifth thing, they get loyal to things and brands, projects and programs, and they lose loyalty of personal relationships. So they are fiercely loyal to their digital gadget or any other digital toy. And human beings are not high up in their priority. That is because that's why the screen drives them. And screen caricatures don't look human, they are cartoon figures. You need to take care of that. Don't let them get addicted to the same cartoon. Let them not become brand loyal for that kind of brands, because they lose family loyalty. They lose human loyalty. And do not give money, give them love. Give them yourself, your time, your energy, your love. Early bonding helps, and keep bonding. Habits are learned, loyalties are learned before the age of 5. So by that time, you must be fully in your child's life. Then sixthly, the consumerism gets into them. This customer is king attitude. They ask for many things to consume. If you are unwise, you will keep giving them things to consume. So make home meals, make meal time the center of family life. So that home cooked meals, dad and mom did it for me, and having enough and not surplus, and not having fantastic stuff every day. Then they pitch a thing saying, I don't like this, I don't like that, I hate vegetable, I hate fruit. That comes because vegetable and fruit have serotonin that attends on their digitized nature. So they want to get on to addictive food. They will say, I hate vegetable, I hate fruit. So we have to get them out of those things, make family meal time, really connect. And no online business at meal time, no phones, no TV for dad, mom or kids at meal time. Meal time is sacred time. Meal time is the time you think of God and you keep thankful for things you have. So meal time is good habits, good morals, good spirituality, good memory. That's the meal time. Whatever you do at meal time become lifelong habits. So please, no screen at meal time. Seventh one, they tend to experiment from one thing to the other, just like surfing from program to program or from digital game to digital game. So help them towards stable relationships in adolescence. Set boundaries for physical contact. Too much physical contact, they lose reverence and sanctity. There's a shape we have in our heart about the future life partner. I believe it's a God thing. And when young people are too much in physical contact, and of course if you go beyond that, they lose the sacred shape which is meant for life. Sexuality is reverence. And when children's sexuality is destroyed, they lose reverence for life. What is reverence? Living life as a gift to be honored. That is reverence. Of course, ultimately reverence comes from God, but the same dignity, same honor you have for parents, same honor you have for your body, and therefore the honor you have for another, all that is very important. Otherwise, it's lost on experimentation. Talk them through step by step. And there are certain things that cannot be. So about their body being exposed and experimenting with their body, what photographs they flash, you have to keep constant touch. Then there's a thing called Snapchat dysmorphia. That is, they constantly change their photos with, thick lips or whatever it is, and they lose sense of who they really look like or what they can be. So parents, it's a time you can't be ignorant of these things. Too many influencers, too many YouTubers influencing your kid without you knowing. So you have to watch their digital life from young days, otherwise prohibition later brings a lot of confrontation. Then parents let off. You can't let off. Your best career, legacy, future investment is your child. Please, corporate is not, profession is not your best future investment. Let them go parallel, but you have to keep your child as the best future investment. So this is where the Good Shepherd comes in. He laid down his life for us, and when they do mistakes, take them on seriously. It is at that time they are amenable. And when they are falling asleep, I always say this, from 6 p.m. melatonin has worked, and by 9 p.m. they are ready to sleep, and GABA is working, gamma aminobutyric acid. That is the empathic transmitter. Get them by your side, be by their bedside when they are falling asleep, and they will want to say, Dad, I got this wrong, Tati, this happened. Wait for that moment, create that moment of intimacy, friendship, safety, confidentiality you must give. Otherwise they'll go and pour their grief and troubles on peers, and that will lead to greater problems. So get the child sleep safe, sex safe, character safe while the child is falling asleep. I believe sleep is God's gift, and through the night there's a great program of work goes on with melatonin regulating chromaffin cells. It's good for our retina, good for our brain, and good for our sexual predilections. And we wake up in the morning satisfied on a serotonin mode, not on a dopamine driven mode. And it's good to see sunrise and get up with early morning light. Then your insulin, growth hormone, cortisol system gets into a chronobiology, which is all important for children. It is important even for adults. So work towards a good morning wake up, having had a good night sleep down. Prepare for this. Think that your best career is beginning at 7 p.m. when you come home. So I wanted to touch base with you on this. What are the things that predispose to digital addiction, gives rise to other things, and 7 character traits that you can work on, hands-on, for your kid. Dad, you have to be there. And then mistake management time, point them to the Good Shepherd who absorbs the wrong and gives us another opportunity. That's the principle of the cross. Absorb the wrong and give another opportunity. That's why I speak of the Good Shepherd. Human heart yearns for a Good Shepherd. And Dad, you are the one who's going to model that. Introduce them in your speak times to that procedure. Thank you for listening.